Good morning. It's Wednesday, September 21st, the first day of autumn. But I'm not going to talk about autumn today. I'm going to talk about a piece of U.S. currency. Actually, it's an orphan because there is no slot in the cash register for this particular piece of money. And I'm talking about the Tom. And if you don't know what a Tom is, it's a $2 bill. And it's named a Tom because Thomas Jefferson's picture is on it. Originally, Alexander Hamilton's picture was on it. But at some point in time, I think around 1869, they started printing it with Thomas Jefferson's picture. And the reason I'm talking about it is because there are many superstitions that go on around the $2 bill. It's not considered to be a lucky piece of currency. And on the other side of it, the U.S. government produces about 200 million of these whenever they go to print them, and it's the only piece of currency that is never used up in the time frame. For some reason, there are many people that consider the $2 bill unlucky. There are many who think that the $2 bill is a curiosity, that it's not around much. But that's not true. That's not true. Many Americans think that the $2 bill is rare, but that's not true either. And they think that they're not printed anymore, but that's not true either. And they think that it's gone out of circulation, but that is not true either. As I said before, they are printing over $200 million of them every single year. And the government is distressed because it's not really used that much. Imagine that if people started using the $2 bill, they would be printing as many $1 bills. So this has an effect on the business of printing currency. The $2 bill right now, in this current environment, is more valuable than a $1 bill because everything is more than $1 now. The dollar stores are not $1 anymore. There are many items that used to cost $1, like a slice of pizza, but that's not $1 anymore either. So if we had the $2 bill in circulation, that would be perfect. Or better than having all those $1 bills in circulation. That's according to the Treasury, That's there. I didn't make that up. Well, back in 1862, that's when the U.S. government started printing paper money, and that's when they started printing $2 bills. But the $2 bill, for some reason, was very unpopular, and it never gained a foothold in the public's eye. In fact, people were so superstitious, they would rip off the corners of the bill to reverse the curse. I don't know what the curse was, but they ripped off the corners of the bill to reverse the curse, and that made the bills useless. So essentially, at a time when $2 was worth $2, these people were ripping these bills up. And there were stories about it. If you played poker with a $2 bill in your pocket, you were going to lose. There was no question about it in people's mind. The $2 bills was a very unlucky piece of currency. And during the late 1800s, the $2 bill was used to bribe voters. Someone holding a $2 bill was thought to have voted for a crooked politician. So imagine that. Do you think you could get a crooked politician to do anything today for a $2 bill? I don't think so. Maybe a $2,000 bill or a $10,000 bill, but not a $2 bill. Nowadays, crooked politicians are not cheap. They don't come cheap. So over the years, there have been many attempts to make the $2 bill popular. In fact, in 1976, they created a new $2 bill that had a picture of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. That was a special design $2 bill. It failed miserably. Now, there's no reason for the $2 bill to be unpopular. And there's no reason for the Susan B. Anthony dollar to be unpopular either. But they are. The American public is a fickle institution. Money is money. So if you're out there and you want to get rid of your $2 bills, I'll be happy to give you 50 cents for them. So even though there are many who are suspicious of the $2 bill, I call it suspicion. It's an unfounded suspicion. There are people who believe in things that really don't matter, don't exist, But there are several subcultures that swear by the $2 bill. In fact, the U.S. Air Force, the people The pilots who fly the U-2 spy planes always keep a $2 bill in their flight suits. So they consider the $2 bill very lucky. They're out there flying for their country, and they have the $2 bill in their flight suits for protection. Now, that's pretty good. And then, of course, there's the Clemson football team. They offered people $2 tips, and they did that in order to get Georgia Tech to be willing to play football against them. So they used the $2 bill as an incentive to prove to Georgia Tech that they could draw fans into the stands by playing against Clemson and using the $2 bill for purchases, etc. So there is a degree of popularity, but not a mainstream degree. But the big thing that's missing is that it's not in circulation enough. The $2 bill is just an orphan in the circulation arena. And I don't know why, but people are suspicious. And I guess you can't change that. So if you can't change the suspicions that go on in life, then what have you got? What have you got? You've got a mess. So maybe we're printing too many $2 bills. Maybe we should just stop printing $1 bills. And then there will be a place in the cash register for the $2 bill. How about that? But in any event, we're going to keep on producing them, and we're going to hope at some point in time that the general population will start using the $2 bill. And maybe there should be a campaign out. Maybe the next guy that runs for president should offer everybody a $2 bill to get their votes, like they did in the old days. They used the $2 bill as a bribery. So let's hear it. $2 bills to bribe the Democratic voters, or $2 bills to bribe the Republican voters to switch their vote. That would be a great idea. So I leave you with those crazy thoughts this morning, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.